Serenity Funeral Home. We are a family-owned and operated funeral home where we offer complete personalized funeral services, leading our community in funeral and cremation services. Make an appointment for your pre-need and at-need arrangements by calling us at 702-647-0123. Once again, that number is 702-647-0123. Serenity Funeral Home, caring for your loved ones as if they're our own.
Chico Sticks, Pickles, Jolly Ranchers, Mary Jane's, Pop Rocks, Lemon Heads. Should I go on? Bitter Honey, Freeze Cups, Candy Cigarettes. Listen, how about you make your way down to the modern-day Candy Lady and see all of this and more? Satisfy that sweet tooth Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Sight and Sound Candy and more. Follow us on IG at Sight and Sound Candy and on Facebook at Sight and Sound Candy. We are located at 1000 North Martin Luther King on the corner of Washington and MLK. Give us a call, 702-648-4444. Again, that number, 702-648-4444. Thank you.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce. This your host, Dre Bailey.
It's your boy, and Goose Thomas. What it is, people?
Yes, sir, man. Another Saturday, man. We appreciate you guys giving us a little bit of time on this Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time, man. We give you guys the best of sports talk radio. Please download the Gorilla Cross app on your phone and follow your guys, the LTBB crew, as we give you guys the best of sports talk radio, man. We have a great show for you today, man. We've been reformatting the show and getting things together, man, for you guys, because we got a lot of things going on, man, moving forward in 2023, man. You guys might as well get used to saying 2023 because it's literally weeks away.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's weeks away, man. And so we have a great show for you today, man. We have Adam Plant Jr. here in the building, man. And we're going to be having Pops, too, Adam Plant Sr., man, that is my longtime homeboy, man, from a long time, all the way going back to Long Beach and Compton. And, you know, ever since Junior was a baby boy, man.
Buddy.
Hey, look, he may be a baby boy, man, but the boy is probably about 5 inches taller than me, man.
Yeah.
It's just really ridiculous, man. It's just, you know, even my son's 2 or 3 inches taller than me, man. So
crazy.
I thought, you know, getting roasted in junior high school when they used to, because I've been the same height. I've been about 6 feet since 6th grade. They was calling me Andre the Giant, Too Tall Jones, Slim Jim. And then by the time I was a senior, everybody was either my height or a little taller.
Man.
I really thought I was going to be 6'6", bro.
You know what?
It just didn't work out for me. I had hops, though, like
Yeah.
I had some
Absolutely.
boing-yoings. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be 6'7", 6'8" myself until I stopped growing.
Yeah. You felt
And
real
that was
short.
out.
6'7", 6'8". You felt real short.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes I've noticed when athletes are playing in their sport, they kind of grow for that sport. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like my daughter, when she got into volleyball, she seemed small, but over the past couple of years, she just seemed like she's gotten longer, right? And so now she's starting to look like a volleyball player.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. We got a great show for you guys. We got NBA to talk to you about. We got college football to talk to you about.
Yes,
a little
we
bit
do.
of boxing because Tyson Fury is fighting in London right now, and he looks about 17 donuts away from not being away.
He can
Not
still
being
box,
able-
though.
Yeah, he can still box.
He can go.
I
Box.
mean, when George Foreman was big, he could still put them hands
Looked
on.
like a little washing machine in there, but he could still
You know what I'm saying? So
throw hands.
yeah, man. So, you know, that's what we got going on, man. And we're going to give you guys our NFL picks also. So let me go ahead and check my text message real quick, man, to make sure that Adam Plant Sr. isn't here yet. He said he was about 10 minutes from behind. But anyways, man, Adam Plant Jr., man, what's up with it, G?
Yes, sir. Not much. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, man.
Yeah.
How you feel?
Feel great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you should, man.
You know what's funny is more I look at you, man, you look more like your dad.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's crazy.
My twin.
Yeah,
Crazy.
man. That's what's up, man.
A little lighter version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Where them tasty teas at now?
Straight up.
With him. I
Straight
ain't bringing
up.
that with me.
But look, man, how does it feel to actually be finished with college football? We'll start there.
Shoot. Just really thinking back when I first moved out here in 2008 and just all the football from Little League, middle school, high school, all the camps, all the practices, drills, even with track. You remember back in the day with track, basketball.
Yeah.
So just to see how all that trickled and made a huge contribution to how I am now.
Yeah.
And then just to see all that work just to get to that point. And there's still more work to do. So that's why I'm excited about that. I get that opportunity.
Tons of more work to do, man. So I want to talk about your maturation from starting at Bishop Gorman as a defensive end, breaking the sacks record there, going to TCU. You know, things are what they are there, and then you come in here to UNLV. Explain each stop and what the maturation process was to get you from that level to the next.
Coming into Gorman, you know, it's already high expectations, just seeing all the great players that came before you.
Sure.
Seeing all the accolades. And my freshman year, I got a chance to see the first national championship get brought to Gorman. So just to be a part of that at a young age and seeing how those guys work, the habits that they built and building those own personal habits myself.
Yep.
And just seeing how that all manifested and see how all the work worked out the way it did. And it's great. You know, I got friends that I've known since I was 19 years old that's in the league right now. I got guys in the same position as me that we about to make the transition and start preparing for the NFL. Yeah. Guys that's still in college. So just to see how we all managed to go our same route but stay on the same route at the same time.
Absolutely.
And to see how we all made it in our own individual ways. It's a great thing to say. Then going to TCU, seeing how those boys are down in Texas, the atmosphere of Gary Patterson and how the Texas lifestyle is outside of football, the country, the fanfare. It was a beautiful thing to experience, especially as a freshman. And then to come back home and to these 3 years, you know, outside looking in, a lot of people may think that it wasn't a lot of success there, but we changed the entire culture of that school.
Question.
Coach Royal, Coach Hayward, Coach Wick, you know, just the entire coaching staff at UNLV, you know, and all of us as players over the years, we all made the initiative to take the next step and want to make this program something no more than just what it's been in the past.
Absolutely. Speaking of Coach Royal, what is the feeling toward him as a man and as a coach? I mean, we've seen over the past week, you know, him getting dismissed. I know personally, I feel that he changed the culture, like you said, or he had a part in changing the culture. I can't, you know, just say it was strictly him. You know, he has a coaching staff. He got, you know, people that are in place to help do that, and of course, players like yourself. But what are your feelings toward him? And you could be honest. Toward him as a man and as a coach.
You know, he was the first one that reached out to me when I first hit the portal initially after I left TCU. So just off the rip, you know, my first official visit and my first meeting there that following weekend, the relationship that we had in the beginning was always great. Never had any issues with him. He's always been a straightforward dude. And he's always expected the best out of people. And that's where people probably got misunderstood with him, is he expect you to be perfectionist, not to do everything perfect, but to strive for that, to better yourself in your everyday habits and how you carry yourself as a man, and how those habits that you build now, and not only just in football, how they're going to transpire in life when you're a dad, when you're going to be a husband, if you're fortunate to have a business, or just any job atmosphere that you do, occupation that you plan to have. And even with school, you know, they always preach about us making sure that we not only just do what we get in football, but to get your paperwork, get your degree. Absolutely. Now, I get my degree in communications, minor in journalism, so make sure I took care of that. But Coach Roy, man, it was unfortunate the way it went, but you know, things happened the way that they should. I wish him nothing but the best. And for me personally, you know, it was a lot of things I learned from him, just how he carried himself. You know, just make sure that you're being on time. Make sure that, you know, all your stuff is neat. You know, the representation of how your locker room is a big reflection of how your team is. How you do some things, how you do everything. You know, how you are on the field is going to transpire to how you carry yourself off the field too. Absolutely. And over the years, as you really like key into those words and see it actually coming to fruition, you see what he was saying was really true. And with all those coaches, they always sat down and, broke things down, not just for football, but just how we're going to be afterwards. Because, you only play football for a short amount of time. You're going to be a man for the rest of your life.
Come on now. Talk to me. And Dre, I know we had this conversation before about accountability. We always have the conversation about accountability. And it sounds to me, from what your explanation is, that he held people accountable in that locker room.
Well, he may have held some accountable, and not everybody may have the same experience that Adam Plant Jr. had with Coach Arroyo, right? And so everybody's experience with the head guy in charge may differ. It may be a little bit different.
Doubt,
so
right.
Adam Plant isn't speaking for the entire team. He's speaking for basically himself. And so I would like to say that although Arroyo may have tried to hold people accountable, that we have to give a huge shout out to a black dad that has been in your life.
Absolutely.
Since conception, right? And so, right? He didn't just leave and then come back, or make a child and then bounce out and do his thing and come back. He's been there from the beginning. He has not left her aside, and so give us a little bit of how he was able to keep you humble and keep you on the path that he spoke of and actually you dreamed of right now.
Well, it really started with both my parents, my mom and my dad. I was fortunate to have both. So, my mom was the first one to put the ball in my hand when I was 3 years old. And
that's crazy.
From then on, both of them, they both decided to go on a mission. And, mom took care of everything at the house, made sure my everyday habits, I was good, make sure I ate the right things, make sure I was on time to everything, make sure I was always put together. Dad, same thing, but with him, it was me and him going on those trips. It was me and him taking all those drives to go to camps, going across the country, being able to meet all these people. And just every single camp that day, I did probably over 100, 200 camps. And everyone was worth it. And everyone he was there for and everyone he drove me to. Wow. So it was beautiful to have. And this, I realized over the years that everybody's not fortunate to have that. So I never take that for granted. And I know that I wouldn't be here now talking to y'all if it wasn't for him. It wasn't for my mom, my family in general. But, speaking just personally with my dad, he was the one that really sat me down, showed me the ropes, showed me how to do the cone drill, showed me how to do my first curl. I remember 4 years old. We was Long Beach City College. Yep. And he take me in there while he working out, and I got the little 2.5 pound dumbbells doing curls. And just from then on, when we first moved out here, he bought me my first set of dumbbells. He showed me how to do shoulder press for the first time, showed me how to do my curls, showed me how to do push-ups. Yeah. And just how all those things transpire. And, as I look back now, the habits I have now, and how I move myself accordingly is based off of him and based off my mom. So it's a beautiful thing to have.
I think it's a beautiful thing, the fact that you're so outspoken. You know how to answer questions, and you are a true professional when it comes to that. And so a lot of that is given huge thanks to Tamika Plant and Adam Plant Sr. for instilling that in you, man. And a lot of people don't understand that it's okay. I know there's a lot of single moms out there who have raised young men to make it to the NFL and things like that. And we're not taking anything away from the single moms, but this is what you see when you see a household that has a mom and a dad that are still together. They are black and they are super positive in pushing their child to get to the next level. And they didn't force this on you. This was something that you wanted. Yeah. You watched football. When you play like you actually love the game. Now, I've been around players collegiately, and so have Goose, that have only done it for just, their parents or didn't really have the love for it. Right, so was it hard to find the love for football?
No. Sometimes you may have those moments where, the day-to-day grind, it gets annoying, it gets tiring. You're just like, man, another day, I got to wake up again. That alarm go off, and then you just got to talk to yourself. Have those moments. Everybody's going to have days where they don't feel like going to work, they don't feel like going to practice, but you got to talk to yourself. Realize you're not doing it just for you, but it's a bigger purpose behind it, and be blessed and fortunate that you're able to wake up and do this, because a lot of people that got to wake up and stand on the unemployment line. A lot of people got to wake up and not have homes. So the hardest thing I got to worry about is waking up and going to practice. I'm going to be all right.
Right.
So it's cool, man. I think about times when I was a kid and I just woke up and I was just happy just to go to practice, just to play. And I just keep that instilled in me. And whenever I fall short or I feel like I don't have that love anymore, I just think about that little kid in me again, and this comes right back out and it comes even stronger.
And I know both your parents, and I've been around long enough to know that Adam Plant Sr. and Tamika Plant have been up tirelessly nights, whether it be Tamika, up late, making sure that you guys had everything that you needed for school and on time, and making sure that you were looking nice and making sure that you were fed. And then there were times where I saw your dad out 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning working for clients, and all of these things he was doing for his family, man. This wasn't something that Big Adam was taking, the money and the things for himself, and he was out not doing the right things. He was putting it back into his household, man, and that is the biggest upside that I would like to say that both of your parents have instilled in you, man. And you, I mean, right now you are a success story in their eyes,
Absolutely.
Not talking anything further than this, but, I really believe that God blesses all of us. And he's going to continue to bless you, man. So as long as you, your big uncle, as long as I'm able to talk to you, as long as you're able to put God first, man, and you really just look at where your mom and dad came from and all of the things that they sacrificed to get you to this point, man. I think most people really just want an opportunity. We all want an opportunity in life, right? We all just want to be able to sit at a table and level and have the playing field being level, right?
Absolutely.
And so a lot of us as black men and black women, and just as a black culture, a lot of things we have had to start after the race has started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so being able to be sitting at a table and given the same opportunity as the next man to actually get to the next level, man, I find that really exciting, and I find that a very humbling experience, man. And you are definitely a beast on that field, man. And when you get your degree, man, and you use that at some point, when you use that degree, you said a minor in journalism and communications is your major. You're gonna do well with it. You're gonna definitely do well with it, man. And it's really hard to find nowadays athletes who are able to talk as well as you. And so I think that you're gonna go far, man. And so how excited are you, man, for the opportunity, man, to get to that next level?
It's very exciting. It still hasn't really even hit me fully. It's still like very new to me, so I'm still like kind of in shock. Still like, wow, this is something I used to always just see as a kid. Just growing up watching kids on signing day, watching kids make their declare posts, and now just being able to be one of those kids and one of those people that are able to do that. And now I'm a reflection for kids to see now. It's a beautiful thing. Now I'm in the driver's seat, not just watching from outside. So now I can be an inspiration and be a model, positive role model for little kids to look after, and for kids in Vegas to see. I played all my football here since I was 8 years old in NYFL, and came back, played in UNLV, went to Bishop Gorman.
Come on, man.
It's a beautiful thing.
A homegrown product in all of its essence. Even though you weren't physically born here, you still a homegrown product. And moving from this point, done at UNLV, second team All Mountain West, which I think you should have been first team, but that's another story. Second team All Mountain West. Now you move on to the next level as Adam Plant Sr. takes his seat. What's good, homeboy?
Let's go.
What it do? So what are you looking forward to as far as now have you gotten I'm not sure that they even go out this early, but combine invite?
No, not yet.
No combine invite yet. So they probably haven't gone out this early, but I'm gonna assume you're gonna get one, brother. I'm gonna assume that. He's gonna get one. So what are you looking forward to most throughout this entire process? From the interviews, from the combine, the physical part of the combine itself. What are you looking forward to the most?
Really just the first initial part, just training, just seeing how I can test myself to get to the furthest point I've ever been and get myself to the best version of itself I've ever seen it been. And just to watch how I just grow, mature, not only physically but mentally, and just the different hands that I get to shake and different people I get to meet, different opportunities I get to have. And it's to see how all that just transpires and just to watch it just transform how I've always dreamed it to be.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like I said, it's a blessing. If anybody that's just tuning in, man, we have Adam Plant Jr. here from UNLV running Rebels, man. And Adam Plant Sr. Here by the way of Compton, California, Las Vegas, all around town, man. Please follow Let the Ball Bounce, man, on Facebook, where we got the hottest sports talk page, on social media. Let the Ball Bounce on IG, man. Let the Ball Bounce at gmail.com, and be a sponsor of the show, like Serenity Funeral Home and Sight and Sound, Candy, and more. And also, man, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, just let us know. Hit us up at lettheballbounce at gmail.com. And you can always follow Let the Ball Bounce on Twitter, and that's with one T. Once again, man, go to Let the Ball Bounce on Twitter. We already know that Elon purchased Twitter. You can say and do anything that you want on there. And Ye has shown us some of that.
He's shown us.
Yeah, he's shown us. So
that you can say what you want.
But look, man, we love y'all. We appreciate it. Please share the live feed, man. We have huge guests in the studio today. Mr. Adam Plant Sr., man, how does it feel to finally be at this point with your son, man?
Beautiful thing, man, just to see the whole process go from being a one-time dream to now reality is more than amazing. You can imagine as a father, you have all of these dreams and aspirations for your child, and it just takes a lot of hard work from the child, but also from the parents. Mm-hmm. And in Adam's case, he had a great dad in me, a great mother in my wife Tamika, and together we both worked diligently to help him make this a reality. And like we tell him, we never played it down for him. He did all the field work, everything that he has achieved has been on him. Mm-hmm. But as parents, I'm glad to see that we were able to do our part to help him achieve this goal, And again, parents can often say, I want you, I want to see my child go to the league and this and that and the third, but, it takes a lot to back that up. Yeah. It's more than just talking. You got to be a doer. And in our case, we did it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We did it. And it's just a beautiful thing. One of the things that I wanted to be expressed is that to all the kids in Las Vegas, Adam played all his football here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're from LA, but we moved here when he was 8 years old. And I like them to see that if he did it, they too also can do it. You know what I mean? So he's I'm just proud of the man that he is and the role model that he is and the way that he carries himself as a man, because as a father, my first initial thing was to teach him to be a good man before football.
Yeah.
Or anything. Yep. Be a man first. I'm like that Furious Styles and Boys in the Hood. When he was telling his son, always look a man in the eye. That's it. Always shake, a man's hand with a firm handshake, and to see those qualities that he represents in himself, being Adam Plant Jr., makes me proud as a father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to be able to look at all your kids and see that they are a reflection of the raising that you put into them.
Right.
And how you brought them up and how you steered them in the right path. And I'm just proud to see where he is as a man. You know what I mean? And this football is just an additive to everything that we've instilled in our son.
I think that's dope, man. The fact that we grew up watching the Cosbys, right? We grew up watching the Cosbys and Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad and and the Rudys and the Theos, the Gordon Guttrells, the Cockroach, the Denise, the Sandra,
$95
all that. You know what I'm saying? And they were giving us the actual blueprint of how to have a black household and give your kids every opportunity to succeed. And I would love to say right now, from friend to friend, man, that you and Tamika done a great job with all your kids, not just with Adam Plant Jr., but with the girls too. And the fact that you guys gave your kids and sacrificed sleep, money, time, relationships, friends, because sometimes you get your friends at your age hanging out and doing all that stuff, but I ain't got time for that. I got a whole family.
Got babies over here, man.
I got babies over here, right? And so do all of that, man. And the fact that you're teaching your son how to be a man first. I did the same thing. I was telling my son which was trying to teach him how to be a man first. Like, hey son, you're out in the public and you have to, take a crap out in the public and you're using the public restroom, leave the door open, be a man.
Wipe the seat and all that, you know what I mean?
Leave the door open, be a man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you and Tamika have sacrificed a lot to give your kids and to put them in this position, man. Big ups to you.
Appreciate
Black
it, man.
fathers matter,
Matter.
y'all.
Indeed, they do.
Matter.
Indeed, they do.
You know, and just to add to that, man, I want to tell my daughters, my firstborn, Ajane Plant, who's getting her master's right now.
Come on, man.
And how proud I am of her. My youngest daughter, Ashley Plant, who just got accepted into the Columbia College of Chicago.
Wow. Okay.
For performing arts.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
That's
nice
what's
with
up.
it. She's nice with it. So while maintaining a 4.0
Hey.
GPA at Gorman.
So they better than the Cosbys because Denise dropped out.
Yeah, Denise dropped out. What was Theo? What did he do?
Theo ended up going to
What did he end up doing?
NYU. Remember,
Did he went to NYU.
But
right.
he had this
You right.
dyslexia.
Dyslexia.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't say it right.
Dyslexia.
Yeah.
So mom and dad was kind of concerned about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he pulled it through.
Yeah.
But man, one of the, a big thing that I like to represent, man, is knowing how black men are perceived and how we are viewed in American society and in the world as being bad fathers. I wanted to break that. That was my whole
Slice that
thing.
right on up.
With this whole process is, everybody knew me from being a bodyguard and that, this, that, and the third. So doing this as a bodyguard, but as a positive black man that people could say, you know what? He didn't have to have no gang stuff behind him. He didn't have to be part of this, part of that. He was a man. He was Adam Plant. Y'all
Stood on
knew
his
that.
own, too.
Stood on his own.
Right.
Built his family.
Yep.
And put his family on the back so that all 5 of us could have a lane that we could flourish in.
Yep.
That was what it was all about. And that's what I like to continuously represent, is that you don't have to be what somebody else wants you to be or makes you out to be. Be who you are.
That's it.
Stand on that.
The facts.
Be a man. If you made a family, you made kids, man, take care of them children, take
babies,
care
man.
of your woman, your wife,
Yeah.
and take care of them children, and put them in the best position that you can put them in.
That's it, man.
Wow.
Whether you had a father or not. My dad, he was a good man, but he wasn't a dad to me that I am to my kids, but I didn't fault him for that.
Yeah.
When I became of age and I knew how to implement my mindset and what I wanted to do for my family, I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, man. So you can grow up in any neighborhood and say that I had this, that, and the third around me, and that's why I became this, that.
No.
Nah, man. I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I grew up in the gang era and all this, that, and the third. But that didn't dictate my process as a man.
Bingo.
I still represented for me and my family. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he can always look and say, my dad was a man to me.
Right.
And he showed me how to be that. And he provided those opportunities for me to be where I'm at today.
Well,
You know what
I don't think he'll ever falter from being the best man that he can, because he has the
yeah.
best role model, right? And I've known you. We go way back.
Come
we
on,
could do
man.
a whole show.
man.
We could do a whole show on how
20 plus years, man.
well, longer than that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like when people use their circumstance. I grew up here and I grew up there. I also grew up in the gang culture. You know what I'm saying?
man, we all
and
did, man.
then moving from Vegas to Long Beach.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then another gang culture.
Right
and
into
then
it.
meet somebody who was living in Compton.
Right
That was a
into
whole
it.
nother thing. And
Right,
then
right.
and just being able to keep like-minded people around you and your kids and your family, man. And so every time that I've met Adam Plant Jr., it's always been on some big uncle stuff. Some big, some positivity. It ain't never been no negative stuff over here with Dre, man. Never. And you ain't never heard about that. And so I think you need to be able to surround your family also with things like that too, man. So, yeah, man, the time is here,
here, man.
man.
Yeah.
So, have you guys begun to get an agent yet and all that type of stuff? How's that process
Yeah, I
going?
just signed with Sports and Entertainment Group on Wednesday.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Some a great group
Yeah.
of brothers from DC, man, and me and my wife were impressed at how they kept pursuing our son and show that interest. So I had talked to several different
For sure.
prospects who and some pretty big names who I thought was gonna eventually be the one who we would roll with, but they just they fumbled the ball, man. And what I'm hoping that's gonna happen is that they're gonna realize, God willing, soon to come when he gets there and start doing this thing, that they kind of messed that up. You know what I mean? And not mad at anybody in any way, but it's like, if I one thing I've never done in my son's career is say that he was something that he wasn't. Yeah. If I bring him to the your table, is because I know what my son represents.
For sure.
I know who he is as a player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's been that way since he was a kid, and that's why we pursued it so hard, because we saw that talent in him as a child and knew that all he had to do is just have the tools to keep getting better and better every year. Yep. And look where we're at today.
And you cut from that cloth. I mean, you and Lonzo and Lonzo Ball dad,
LeVar
Ball. Y'all was at Long Beach
my,
City
yeah,
together.
who was my tight end.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Somebody on Instagram the other day was like, "Oh man, you gonna be like LeVar Ball?" I'm like, wait, hold on, man. When you say that to me, that's an uplift. That's I like that.
Yeah.
LeVar, I know LeVar. That was my tight end.
Yeah.
So you're not offending me.
Right.
You complimenting me.
And why shouldn't you be excited and hyping up your own kids?
And man, that's
what are we
one
talking
thing.
about here?
It's I have to after some time calm myself down, because I'll be ready to snap on people when I see a stupid comment. You know what I mean? And somebody just the other day had told me, "Hey man, let your son enjoy the process, man. That's him. He did that, this, that, and the third." And I didn't see it was actually somebody who I knew until I looked at it. Oh, wow. And man, I had to cuss this dude out so bad, and then I blocked him, because to me it's like, dude, if you not even a fourth of the man that I am. If you have children and you ain't did nothing for your son or daughter,
now we starting to tell the truth.
Right. Then then that means that what you seeing, it kind of stings you, because you're like, damn, maybe I should have did this. Maybe instead of going to the club or trying to live this lifestyle, do that, this, that, and the third, I should have put that same energy and time into my kids, and maybe I might too be able to have the same results. You know what I mean? So for some people looking at me, it kind of stings, because they like, damn, he really did that. It stings. You know what I mean? That's and I'm not better than nobody else. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to try to be better than nobody else, but I'm just saying the reality of what we started off is that I put that energy into my family. Yeah. And the results that we're getting is because of the sacrifices that we made. Yeah.
Bingo.
So I deserve to celebrate how I want to celebrate. Sure. This is my child.
That part.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And just like LeVar took 3 sons and put them all and helped all of them get to the NBA. 2 of them were top 5 draft picks. If you ain't done that, you can't say nothing about that man.
That part.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do that first, then you can come with some dialogue. But if you ain't did that, then hush.
Yeah.
Hush puppies.
You know what I'm saying?
Going back that thing up.
Real talk, man.
Hey, can I get a side of hush puppies with that 3-piece fish, please? Good looking.
It's funny, I just had some and it was so good.
They wasn't from churches.
No.
They were from Jim Dandy.
Nope, they was from nice hush puppies.
From the Washingtons over there on.
Okay.
Lake Mead. Yeah, man. Shout out.
Shout out to the Washingtons.
Yeah.
Look, man, real quick, man, just to give you guys a college sport update. LSU, number 14, LSU is they have 7 up against number 1 Georgia, 21, and that is going into halftime.
Georgia gonna dog walk that thing.
Number 22 UCF 7 against number 18 Tulane 17, and that's going into halftime. Also, man, Kansas State 31 against number 3 TCU 28 in that final in OT.
Bonehead mistakes at the end. They pulled out bonehead mistakes at the end.
That was a good game, man.
TCU,
Unranked Purdue is going up against number 2 Michigan later today, and then number 9 Clemson
championship.
going up against North Carolina today.
ACC
And then
title
last
game.
night, Utah
Throttled
ended
USC.
up, putting in a little work against number 4 USC. It looks like USC may need to go back to Poly and get some of them defensive.
Man, they
need to be
can't
able to
tackle,
stop
bro.
somebody,
They
man.
can't tackle. USC
Yikes.
can't tackle. At all.
That's tragic.
They can't tackle.
Tragic.
But you know, man, shout out to Utah. Utah has
Utah
stepped up
tough.
in the last
They're
couple
tough.
of years. They
Yes.
stepped up in
Absolutely.
big games. They have
Absolutely.
stepped up.
Big
So
time.
shout out to Utah. And my
Big
boy,
time.
my man D Stu, his son's playing cornerback.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed,
Shout out
man.
D Stu.
Yes,
Well,
indeed,
speaking
man.
of college football, man, since we have all 4 of you here, it has been in Rumorville that Deion Sanders may be really giving this a real thought of going to Colorado and leaving JSU. Now, we have a lot of people who have or on different sides of the fence, or in people or some on the fence. Some that's saying that he should stay at JSU and keep that HBCU energy going to try to get more people at JCU or JSU or just to a HBCU. And some saying, hey, he should take this opportunity to go to Colorado and try to build up their program also. And so you have people on different sides of the fence. How do you guys feel? And I'll give you a quick second, Goose, and then we'll go on. How do you feel about Deion Sanders actually taking this position? And do you think it's a good decision for him? Because at the end of the day, he's going to
It's
do
gonna
it
be
for him.
Absolutely. I was one of the ones originally that didn't think he would take a job outside of the SWAC, especially so early, right? I thought he would stay, try to build up not only Jackson State, but the SWAC as a whole, black college football as a whole, because when he got there, that campus was terrible. Not just the athletic facilities, but the campus as a whole was rock bottom.
Right.
He ended up getting sponsorship. I think he said Walmart. Ended up building a new field for him. They fixed the track. They gave the football program new facilities, yada, yada, yada. So I, for one, thought he was going to stay. Am I upset at him for choosing possibly $5 million a year over $300K? Not at all. Because we're all here to get promotions.
Got to get it.
We're all here to get raises. So if I'm a coach, especially of Deion's stature, why would I not choose promotion?
True.
That's simple for me.
I think it was good for him, honestly. You got to think, too, this could be something where he can open up the window for dudes that maybe would never get a Power 5 opportunity.
Absolutely.
Come right in. And he knows what type of players and caliber players that they have in the SWAC
on, man.
conference. So he can that could easily be a pipeline. But also, too,
Absolutely.
this is not just like his stopping ground, too. He go to Colorado, this could open up a door where he can come back, coach at Florida State,
There you
coach
go.
at
There you
even
go.
more Power 5 schools.
Even
So-
UNLV?
Yeah. I mean, shit. That would be cold.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be cold.
They got the facilities and everything
the
ready for it.
facilities are
All of
there.
the lights, everything
Yeah.
ready for him.
Everything is there.
Yeah, that'd be cold.
Man, my opinion on it was this. Personally, we all do things to get more money. And I mean, just the reality of life, the more money you have, the more opportunities you create for yourself and your family, the more things you could do.
Yep.
I'm not mad at him
simple.
on the financial side. The flip side of that is the way Deion had promoted HBCUs, Jackson State, the SWAG, the belief and the spiritual
Yes.
uplift that he gave to black people,
Yeah.
and like lighting that fire again
Yeah,
in the
sure.
SWAC.
Sure.
By him building that the way he did, he's gonna take a lot of flack because people gonna be like, man, you were saying you weren't about the money and it's about the SWAC and it's about HBCUs. How, a lot of people gonna say, how can you sell us out like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? And if this is one of those things where I say, until you've played the game of football, you won't really understand it from his point of view.
Right.
The man paid his dues in the NFL. Yep. He paid his dues as far as being a coach, getting the sons there and bringing like Travis Hunter, getting him to
It's
come
the
there.
number one recruit in the country.
In the
and
country,
he got him to come to the sticks.
He got a light shined on HBCUs that
he
has
did.
never been shined in this magnitude. You know what I
This
mean? So he
magnitude,
got a
bro.
lot of attention to the conferences and to all the schools. So he's in the 2 or 3 years he's been there. He's done a magnificent job. But people have to also realize, those who didn't follow football, they have to go look at the history of Colorado football. Colorado football was like Alabama in the 90s.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? With Darian Hagan.
Sean Salam.
From Sean Salam.
For real.
Killers there,
you know,
bro.
they have some ballers.
Killers.
They have
Real
great
live.
facilities. Boulder, Colorado is a great place for football.
Yes, indeed.
And like my son just alluded to, Hunter, and it's not no lie when you say this. You can be a great player in the SWAC, but until you go against them big ass men in the Power 5 conference or the premier D1s, you really can't test your skill set until you've played them. You know what I mean? The good thing, like with my son, he played at TCU first,
Right.
Then came to UNLV, so he had the best of both worlds. He played at Power 5 and then played against some big ass dudes in the Mountain West. Mountain West is a good conference, but I think with Deion going to Colorado, it will open the door to a lot of his players to see how good they really are.
Yeah. Sure.
Like Travis Hunter, you know, he balled in the SWAC, but now he's going to the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna play them USC receivers, the UCLA receivers, and see how good you are as a DB, or if you want to go to the receiver side, see how good you are as a receiver going against those DBs. So the facilities there at Colorado are great. Immaculate. You know what I mean? And anybody who's played Division I college football and played, you know, in comparison to playing D2 where I played, ain't even no question.
Not even a debate.
Facilities. I mean, they said that sometimes the players from JSU sometimes had trouble getting the proper showers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You won't have to go through that at D1.
Yeah.
You got your meals, you got your dorms, you got your shower, and everything is A1. So, like I said, personally, I applaud him because, like you said, going from 300K to 5 million, shit, sign me up.
It's time.
Like yesterday.
It's time. We out of here.
You know, so you know, people just got to put their personal feelings behind them, man,
That's
and
it.
see with, you know, be a realist.
Yeah.
What would you do using your logical mind?
Well, you know, just to give my opinion, just and real quick, just looking at the whole situation overall, I love the fact that he has highlighted the HBCU program and he's shown what you can do in such a small amount of time. And I think if he leaves JSU and goes over to Colorado, it is leaving the door open for another black coach to come over and take over that JSU program and continue to shine a light at the HBCU. There are plenty schools that are in the HBCU program that need other black head coaches, other coaches that have played in the NFL, other coaches that are trying to establish themselves in the coaching college ranks. And I think Deion just used 3 years and gave it no excuses in saying, this is what you can do in 3 years. You put your energy into an HBCU program and you come here and you pump your team, you pump your players, and you try to get these facilities up to par. These are the things that you can do. Now, when you do that, it's okay to move on to the next thing. And I think in Deion's situation, it has nothing to do with the money, right? Let's forget about all of the personal things that you guys feel about Deion. Must be the money.
Man.
Diamond Rolex.
That boy,
You know what I'm saying?
that boy said he ain't had nothing less than 10K on him when he was at FSU.
Right? But I think,
at
but
FSU?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
But I think right now for Deion, it's more than the money. It's about educating these kids and giving these kids a different opportunity and a chance to put these kids at the same table that everybody else is at. Is what we were talking about, Adam Plant Jr. So I look at this situation right now and saying that's good for Deion because once he motivates and does what he does over at Colorado, guess what? He's on to the next. Right? We're not here to keep all these people and all these coaches in one program forever. It is always time to move ahead and uplift the entire football program, not just one.
And we spoke about it, and we spoke about it here at this desk long before Deion even got to JSU about HBCUs getting the 3 and 4 and some even 5-star guys. Right? Again, Travis Hunter. Number 1 recruit in his class ends up coming to JSU. Obviously, a lot due to Deion Sanders, but not being afraid to go for these 4 and 5-star guys because I think that was an issue. I think Deion brought that up. He was like, it wasn't that we couldn't get them, we just were scared to pursue them. Because the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Floridas, the Florida States, they went at those guys and they had the resources to do so.
Right.
Now, if you've been paying attention to what's going on around Jackson State University football, you notice a lot of NFL guys are hanging out around Deion Sanders. I saw Terrell Owens there. I mean, on a regular. Who's to say that Terrell Owens is not up next to take over that squad?
Exactly.
That'll be another name. You got Eddie George at Tennessee State. Hugh Jackson down at Grambling. NFL guys can get in these spots and influence these young dudes. Hey, man, going to the big school and sitting behind 3 or 4 dudes may not be your cup of tea. Come here and play right away, and the people that need to see you are gonna see you.
Gonna see you.
Yeah. And that's what it is, man. Your guy Dre Bailey.
Man, Goose Thomas.
We got Adam Plant Jr., man. Adam Plant Sr. here, man. On Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. Every Saturday at 2 p.m., man, we're here to give you guys the best of sports talk radio. Please download the Gorilla Cross app, man, and follow your guys as we give you guys the best of sports talk radio, man. We love you guys, man. Please share the live feed, man. Please share the live feed. You have 4 black men up here, man, black kings, man, that are doing things the right way, man, and we want to definitely highlight that, man. Moving on to the NBA really quick, man. LeBron James passes Magic Johnson for the 6th time all-time in assist.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Man, me and this
Look,
man.
Here's where we differ.
We go back and forth about who he thinks the GOAT is and who I think the GOAT is.
Okay, well, Adam Plant Jr., who you think the GOAT is?
LeBron James.
Just told you.
Why though? Give us some facts to back up your GOATism.
Defeated arguably the greatest team of all time with the Golden State Warriors 7-3-9. Brings back a championship to Cavaliers after 52 years drought. The expectation that he had going into the NBA, Michael Jordan, they didn't even know.
Yeah.
He was still trying to battle, James Worthy in North Carolina?
Yeah.
So you got to think of this, the hype that he had going in at 18. If he didn't live up to that, they would have called him a failure out the gate. To uphold those standards and go beyond that and to see the success that he had over these years, what else he got to do?
Hold on.
I
Has
agree with
somebody
that part.
asked you this
I agree with
question
that
before?
part.
Because
I
he
agree with
was
that part.
ready. I mean, he came ready with it.
Had the
And you
stats
know
and
what?
everything, huh?
He wrote that down and memorized it, bro. No question.
You know, they got this thing on the internet and they use it on our page and they say, what do they call the people who love LeBron the most?
Oh, Bron Sacks.
The Bron Sacks.
The Bron Sacks.
And I got to say, I'm a Bron Sack too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Sacks.
I'm a LeBron guy. And I can't even add to what you just said because everything you said is an absolute fact. So let's hear from Adam Plant Sr. And it better be Michael Jordan.
We're going to give AP Senior.
You already know it's Michael Jordan,
Let's go.
man. Come on, man. The man revolutionized the game
Yes,
of
he did.
basketball, man.
He did.
He's everybody's hero. I'll just say it like this, man. And this is plain fact. When they came out with the list of the 50 greatest NBA players, right?
Yep.
They had to interview all 50 players, right?
Yeah.
49 of them players had to make a choice at number 1. Who did they choose?
Michael Jordan.
Okay. I had an argument with somebody who I previously worked for before, and I got my check withheld because
It's a cold piece.
You know what I mean? Because our argument was he said Michael Jordan was a paper champ. I said, how's he a paper champ? And I said the same thing.
Gotta
I said,
explain
man,
that.
50 of the greatest players, 49 of them said Michael Jordan's number 1. Who are you or me to argue that point when
Right.
we ain't played? We ain't put a foot on that hardwood in the NBA league.
Yeah.
And he got mad, you know what I mean?
man.
And so,
boy.
just growing up, man, seeing that man in the 90s, man, come on, y'all. Just go watch that film, man.
Yeah.
When you
Put the tape
wanted
on.
somebody,
Put the tape on.
when it came down to the final shot, that
Yeah.
man said, give me the ball.
Yeah, he did say, give me
And
the ball.
he know he was going to make it.
Put that tape on.
You know what I mean? The only time you ever seen him dish it out to somebody and he didn't take that shot was when he gave it to Paxson against the Phoenix Suns, and Paxson hit that 3 to win the game. And that was because Michael Jordan said, "You in a better spot than I am, so here you go,
They also
and
did
you
it
better
to
make
Steve
it."
Kerr too. Don't forget Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr was cold about, you know what I'm saying?
This is
but they
because he always had to debate LeBron. Michael Jordan will always take the last shot. LeBron's gonna make the smartest play to make sure that we secure the dub, regardless if it's him making the last shot. But nobody talks about leading up to even get the opportunity to get the last shot.
That
Yeah, I
part.
think when they played the Spurs before Ray Allen even hit the game winning shot in the corner,
He hit the 3. Let's
He
keep
had
going.
what? Yeah,
33,
26 to what? 30 straight points beforehand.
Yeah.
And he almost made the last shot beforehand before Bosh got the rebound, dished it out to Ray Allen. Also to that, you got to think about the numbers that LeBron's going to have before he gets done. He's going to be leading everybody in every category. He just passed Magic.
Yep.
To think that he's not going to get every accolade and every stat, be top 10 in every category, what else is there to do? And once he gets another ring or two, what is going to be the argument about? You can debate about how good the championship teams were that he played against, and if that's the case, LeBron got better people that he played against. What? You said LeBron played against better people? Name the ring. I'm saying in the finals, the teams that they played.
I'm not gonna say that.
When the Bulls played the Lakers, the Magic play.
So go back and
Did
watch
they have it- did they have
the
Kareem?
NBA
No.
from '90s and watch the
When
NBA from
they got the
2000.
ring against the Suns, who they have? Charles Barkley. Who else?
That was it.
Tom Chambers.
Boy, sit
come on now.
down. Tom Chambers wasn't doing
Tom
nothing.
Chambers was all right. I'm just saying when they had
Sabalos
who-
in
Who
there.
was Tom Chambers?
Sabalos, yeah, and
KJ.
Oh, are we talking about in finals?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You gotta
wait.
think that's-
Oh, hold on. Who the first final that Michael Jordan was in was against who? Hello,
He played against
Magic
her late. It
Johnson
was a-
and
it was a
the
hurt.
Lakers.
Magic Johnson didn't
Right?
play.
Magic was hurt.
But I'm saying he played against the
Byron
Lakers.
Scott was hurt.
Won the championship in LA.
That's a
Byron
wash.
Scott was
Magic
hurt.
Johnson, once he came back.
And then
from the
92,
situation
it was
that
a
he had.
wash.
Come on
Magic.
now.
By that time,
Come on,
92.
I'm saying.
92, yeah.
They basically gave him that one.
the man said the
he
man
had
came
full-blown
in.
age.
Look
But
at
he
him.
still had to win the game, though.
The man won 3 the first time. Wouldn't play baseball, right? Was gone for 1 or 2 years.
You know, 1.5.
1.5. Came back and won 3 more. And was correct me if I'm wrong.
I said
I
have
say
won
the next
another
3
three.
were harder than the first 3.
Yeah, the second tier
three.
3.
Second
Yeah.
tier 3.
I say winning any chip is hard.
It's hard, but I'm saying if you comparing,
Did the
if you
man
looking
get
at it-
MVP of each one of those championship
Yeah, he
series?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That's 6 of them, right?
Yes.
So that's 6
LeBron
rings, 6 MVPs, correct?
Yeah.
And did he not hit a game-winning shot on a nice ass Utah Jazz team? Hello.
Man, it happened. It happened.
And I love look. Don't get me wrong. I love LeBron. LeBron gave me 2 pair of shoes when I was in Miami with one time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Love the brother, man. Love the beautiful family, man.
Beautiful.
Shout out to LeBron, his sons, his beautiful wife, man. He built something great,
Yes.
family wise, and his
It
career.
looked like he took a page out of the Adam Plant book because you've been doing this thing for the
time.
family.
man.
One time.
Hey, but you see, okay. Getting back to what we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
his sons are going to be expected to go to the NBA because LeBron's their dad.
Yep.
And LeBron has the money to
Yeah.
get them to train and to get them this and that. So
Yeah.
it's an easier path, right?
What about
Right.
Michael Jordan's sons?
I had to do this shit as a bodyguard.
That part.
You know what I mean?
True story.
Working for people who like to play with your money.
That part.
Come on, man. So that's the difference between the Adam Plant way and the professional athlete way.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it was plenty of nights where we was ready to ride.
Come on.
And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Come on.
If one phone call, let's ride.
Dre, you know, man. Come on, man.
One phone call, we riding.
That's
I don't
why.
care who it is.
That's why this is so special,
Boy.
man. Because in which the manner it was accomplished.
That part.
That's why it's so special. You know what I mean?
So how do you guys think that the Lakers are doing right now? I think they're playing some really good basketball. I think they're playing some really good basketball.
Go on, say- hey, you can't say
There's only one person on that roster playing football, and we know who
Look,
that
I think they play some really. I think they play some really good basketball, man. And right now, earlier in the season, it was Trey Russ, and then when LeBron came back, it was Trey LeBron. Now they playing some really good basketball. You got AD balling, you got LeBron balling, you got our guy from Miami. The University of Miami. I've been on him since
Lonnie tough,
Lonnie
bro.
Walker is
Lonnie
nice.
Walker tough, bro.
But now you have Russell Westbrook that is really playing some really great basketball.
Yeah.
I'm feeling as a basketball fan, you don't get rid of Russ.
Nah.
I know right now there was a lot of dissension as far as should we keep him, should we trade him? But you keep Russ. I think you keep Russ.
Still an unbelievable point guard, man. No matter what people say. And you know how sports goes, man. We all of us as sports fans deal with emotion.
Yep.
When you winning, everything is yay. When you losing, get rid of that bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing about sports because it deals with human emotion.
Yep.
no doubt.
But logic has to come into play somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Yeah, keep Russ, man. He's still an all-star, man.
I was one of the trade Russ guys.
Yeah.
And I readily admit that. I have no
Right.
problem admitting that.
At least you're honest.
I'm definitely going to be honest.
Yeah.
They're playing decent basketball right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to overcook my grits here. I don't like overcooked grits.
Nah, not at all.
Playing decent basketball, got a decent win last night. Let's keep it going.
Leave it at that.
I'm leaving it at that.
That's what's up.
I'm out the way.
Bronner. What was the term?
Bron sack.
Bron sack.
I think the Lakers gonna turn around. I think once
Yeah.
they get back from the All-Star weekend break too, I think that's definitely gonna start really giving a big push. But you gotta be patient with them. So this is still a roughly new team. They
It
still
is.
have to
No
get
question.
acclimated with each other and still
No doubt.
build that chemistry on the court. So I
Bingo.
think they have a lot of potential. The sky's the limit for them.
And I like what he just said. Chemistry, building chemistry, and you have to have that as far as, when it comes to sports. You can't keep changing your team every year and expect to have some type of camaraderie and teamwork. So we're going right now to give you guys the football scores, man, before we get up out of here, man. We got the Steelers going against the Falcons tomorrow, man. Who you got? Pick a team,
Steelers.
man. I'm going to go Steelers since they on
Falcons
the one game.
are hurt. Kyle Pitts is out.
And it's,
Yeah,
it's in Atlanta.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Man, they don't have a team.
I have to roll with the
You got to
Steelers.
dodge all the men with the hula hoops out there.
You might have to do that.
Okay. All right. Come on, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
They move a little different out there.
They move a whole lot different in Atlanta,
Who
Georgia.
you got, man? Atlanta over
I like
or Steelers?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh gonna make it happen.
All right. Packers, Bears.
Packers.
Packers.
They still own them.
Oh, wait.
It doesn't matter.
that's
It doesn't
bad.
matter. It doesn't
All
matter.
right, where they playing at?
Doesn't
In
matter.
Chicago.
The Bears are horrible.
Howdy, hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to the same old place, sweet home, Chicago?
Wow.
Give me them Bears, man. Give me them Bears.
I'm going to
Really?
go with the
I'm giving
Bears,
the
too,
Bears,
at home.
The
man.
fighting Justin Fields.
Give me them
Because he's going to be the
Bears,
only
man.
one. Darnell Mooney out. He's on IR.
Is Fields
Best
playing?
wide out.
Fields has been out.
They got him slated to play for now
They need to keep him out for the year.
because he's the only hope they have.
I got Bears. I'm going to go Bears, too.
I like the
Chi-town.
Packers.
You like the Bears? You like
Give
the
me the Packers.
Okay,
man.
Packers. All right, Jags against the Lions. Let's go.
Lions.
I'm going Jags, man.
Jags.
Where they playing at?
Lions.
They in Detroit.
Jaguars.
It's gonna be some knee and ankle biting
that's
in
gonna
Detroit.
That's gonna be a hard one, man.
That's a trap
give
game
me,
right there.
give me Detroit because they in Detroit, but the Jags are playing. some
Jags
good-
tough now.
They playing good
Get it
football.
twisted.
I'm going to go Jags, man.
Trevor Lawrence
What's
been playing well.
yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
It's been playing
Yeah.
well.
What they call the dude from Remember the Titans?
Sunshine, man.
Yeah, Sunshine.
Sunshine, man.
Yeah, he balling.
balling.
We got the Jets against the Vikings.
Trap game. Jets on the road.
Jets on the road. Oh,
I like the Vikings. They at the
Skulls.
crib,
Give
too.
me the Skulls.
They at
Give
the
me them
crib.
Skulls. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Skulls. Skull. I'm going
Give me
Jets.
Robert Saleh.
I'm going Jets. We got the Commanders
Whoever the other team is.
and the Giants.
Giants.
Where they playing?
Yeah,
Giants.
Giants.
Give me them Dubs.
Really?
Really?
Man, they playing some dynamite football, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with New York.
Yeah, I'm going to go with New York, too,
Giants.
man.
And to see people sleeping on the Dubs, man.
Yeah, they are sleeping on the Dubs.
Right now,
I think it's the name.
They in a low key
Or the
playoff
owner.
spot right now.
It's the name of the owner. Which
The owner. The owner.
Oh, the one that leaked that Jerry Jones photo?
Man, look.
He did. He said he had
Hey,
receipts on all the
Hey, man.
owners.
Hey, man.
That's how that came out.
No, I
Hey,
don't know,
man.
but I
That
wouldn't
ain't-
put it past
I
him.
wouldn't put it past.
Oh man.
No, I wouldn't put it past him. The Titans against the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Now that's gonna be a good game.
AJ Brown finna go crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like the Eagles.
You like the Eagles?
They where they playing?
They in Philly.
Yeah.
It's like Philly been getting all home games prime time.
I'm gonna blame it on Rocky.
It's like Duke. It's like Duke, like Mike says.
gotta play on, Adrian. you know, your Polo,
Punch drunk.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Philly. I was thinking
I mean,
about
I mean,
that, like they was gonna
that
slow
is a
I'm not
logical
gonna even argue
choice.
with you. It's
Derrick
I
Henry,
wouldn't even
man.
argue with you,
that
bro.
bus coming through.
Yeah, man. He's special.
I know, bro.
He's special.
We got the Broncos.
No.
The young Flip Wilsons over there ain't doing.
Bro.
Come on, man. We got the Broncos against the Ravens, man. I'm going Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Ravens at home too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Who's
Give
the
me Lamar.
Broncos
Give me
quarterback?
Lamar.
Johnny Mathis.
Johnny
That
Mac-
part. Young Johnny. That's what we call him.
That's what we call him, for real.
Young Johnny Mathis.
Man, go
Young
to
Johnny.
the young process, man. No, but hey,
Man.
you know what?
Their coaching
I'm
is
gonna
terrible.
go Broncos because I think this gonna be a surprising game.
Okay.
Russell
All right.
Russell might play like the Seattle Russell.
Okay. We got Browns against the Texans.
Browns.
All right, I'm gonna go Browns. I'm gonna go Browns.
Shout out to the nephew.
Deshaun Watson gonna hand the ball off 50 times tomorrow.
Fields. Fields Jr. is over there in Cleveland. We got
Wait, just to add a note to
Yep.
that, I heard he got some special guests coming to that game.
Yeah, man. They all want to see him ball.
We'll see.
They all want to see him ball.
We'll
special
see.
guest. How can you be a guest and
Come
and
on,
accuse
man.
this
It's
man?
That part.
ridiculous. It's sad.
That's ridiculous. Seattle Seahawks against the Rams. I'm gonna go Seattle.
Rams are banged up.
Gino going good.
Yeah, Rams are banged up.
Dolphins and 49ers.
Gang. Gang at
I'm
the
gonna
house.
go Dolphins.
They playing that in
They're
Miami?
playing in
Gang in
San Francisco.
Santa Clara.
I'm gonna go with the
I'm
over.
going for 49ers.
Gang at the house.
49ers.
Yeah.
The over.
Okay, I'm gonna go Dolphins.
I'm gonna go the over.
Over's
Cause they gonna score.
happen.
We got the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Chiefs on the road.
I'm gonna go Bengals. And a surprise.
Okay.
Chargers Raiders rivalry game.
Raiders at the house.
It's here.
I'm going Chargers.
Yes,
It is here.
It's here. Raiders at the house.
We're gonna take the Raiders.
I'm going Chargers.
Max Crosby is on a mission
A
right
monster,
this year,
bro.
man.
A monster.
He's on a mission.
I'm going Chargers, man. We have the Colts against the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys
at the
too. And the Saints on Monday night against the Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Bucks.
I'm going Saints.
Saints. Give me them Saints.
Saints on the road.
They can't see. It's funny. The Bucks can't seem to beat the Saints historically, bro.
So y'all trying to get a win. You at the house and you got to do it for your friends now.
Free BG. BG is out.
Yeah.
BG is out. They released BG, man. So look,
Way to
let
go,
the ball,
BG.
let
Not
the ball
Brittany
bounce.
Griner,
Sports
but
talk. Yeah, the other BG,
The other
the
BG.
one that was in there for 14 years.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner still got a ways to go. Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio. Your guy Dre Bailey,
Man, Goose Thomas.
Adam Plant Jr., Adam Plant Sr. Man,
Hello.
these gentlemen are more than welcome to come back to the show anytime,
We
man.
appreciate
We are
y'all,
going to
man.
follow the entire process, man. I love y'all. This is my family, man.
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
when y'all see him, man, just go up and shake their hand, man. This man
Come on.
still got a lot of work to put in, but he ready. He relishing an opportunity, man.
Oh, one last thing, man.
Yeah.
Can we tell the people about the world's greatest cheesecake?
Man, look.
Tasty teas,
Come on,
cheesecake.
you see it right in front of you folks. And when I say it's the world's greatest, made by the one and only Tamika Plant, my wife, I am not kidding
You're
with
not
you.
playing.
That's
You know what I mean?
Snickers cheesecake.
Oh, we got 24 flavors.
Yes.
24 flavors. I
Snickers
still
one,
got
though.
two videos.
Let the ball bounce.
when he
Sports Talk
said
Radio.
the disrespect.
Your
The
guy,
disrespect.
Dre Bailey,
Your man, Goose Thomas.
Adam Plant Jr., Adam Plant Sr., man. We appreciate y'all every Saturday, 2 p.m., man. Guess what? And if you're scared,
You better go to church.
Oh, wait.